Rocks. What is a rock? Rocks are extensive mineral bodies composed of one or more minerals in different amounts. Rocks are a part of an everlasting cycle by which rocks are formed, altered, destroyed, and reformed by geological processes. The rock cycle. The concept of the rock cycle is to show that rocks are continually changing from one type to another, as forces inside the earth bring them closer to the surface, where they are weathered, eroded, and compacted. Forces on the earth sink them back down, where they are then heated, pressed, and melted. So, in short, the elements that make up a rock are never created nor destroyed. Instead, they are constantly being recycled. There are three different types of rocks: sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic. Sedimentary rocks is created when layers of sediment such as mud, sand, gravel, and minerals settle at the bottom of the ocean and then compact over thousands of years. Sedimentary rocks are often found where oceans or bodies of water once existed or still exist. The major characteristics of these rocks are being soft and layered. Some examples of sedimentary rocks are limestone, sandstone, chalk, coal, or rock salt. Igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are created when molten rock, which is lava, inside the earth pushes through crust, like a volcanic eruption, and then cools. Igneous rocks are usually found where volcanoes have or do exist. The characteristics of an igneous rock is to be crystal-like, glossy, and coarsely grained. Examples of igneous rock are granite, basalt. Metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rock is created when sedimentary or igneous rock undergo metamorphosis, which is change, caused by pressure, heat, and water acting on the rock. Metamorphic rock often is found deep within the earth, where pressure and heat have a very large effect. The characteristics of a metamorphic rock is being hard and containing layers, and it may contain crystals. Examples of metamorphic rock is marble and slate. Children's misconceptions. Children generally have three main misconceptions about rocks. Children believe that due to the appearance of certain rocks, rocks are not rocks, but they are crystals. Children often group attractive rocks with being crystals. Children also assume that rocks are all directly connected to volcanic explosions. Lastly, yet most notably, children often are not aware of the three different types of rocks, which are sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic. Therefore, looking at rocks such as sandstone, which is a sedimentary rock, and looking at rocks such as granite, which is a igneous rock, to be the exact same. In order to combat a child's misconception about shiny or more attractive rocks being crystals, I will further elaborate on the characteristics of igneous rocks. I will explain to children that oftentimes igneous rocks have crystal-like features but are not crystals. I will then tell students that crystals are clear and transparent minerals, not rocks. After expressing this to students on an exit sheet, I would ask the question, are crystals rocks? And tell the students to explain why or why not. In order to combat a child's misconceptions about rocks being directly affected by volcanic eruptions, I will show students a rock cycle chart and explain that igneous rocks are formed due to volcano eruptions. Yet all rocks are not directly affected by volcanic eruptions. In order to assess my students' understanding of this concept, I will give students each a card for each type of rock and tell them to hold up the rock that is directly affected by volcanic eruptions. In order to combat a child's misconceptions about the amount of types of rocks there is, I would tell them that there are three types of rocks and give them a brief description of all of them, followed by a copy of the rock cycle. I would assess each student understanding of this concept by asking him or her to name each type of rock along with a brief description of each.